It's time. Hey, my loves. It's me, Oracle Brigette, and this is your energy update. This is a collective clairvoyant reading. So thank you for being here. Whether you're here for the live broadcast, hey, my loves, come on in. Yay. Or you're here watching the video on Instagram or YouTube. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do have an update on the collective energies, and it kind of reminds me of the beginning of August. At the beginning of August, I was super excited. I was going live talking about it. I've got maybe 2 or 3 YouTube videos in that really excited energy where I was talking about how 5D is here. Around August 7th, a particular new vibration, we got access to it. We were able to start interacting with it on the physical plane in a way that we've never done before. So it's kind of a big deal, the beginning of August, rather. And since then, August, September, so the past 2 months prior to October, some of us were interacting with the energies in a way that was very evolved. Some of us were really on the cutting edge of evolution. Some of us were choosing to explore higher vibrations, more open mind, more open hearts, more authenticity, more honesty, more self-love. And those of us who were doing that, who were raising our vibration, we've been drawing a particular energy towards the physical plane. And now we've been getting to experience a different version of reality on the physical plane. I'm going to go more into that, okay? Okay. Oh, am I ready? Am I ready? I think I'm ready. Okay. So I'm going to use the term 5D because I'm very used to that word. It's kind of a part of my vocabulary. But if you're not familiar with the term 5D, I want to give you some options that you can kind of mentally replace when you hear me say it. When I say 5D, I mean a new evolved reality. I am at it's best case scenario embodied. Considered the heaven on earth energy, or like for people who are Christian religious, like, I don't mean to tell you you're wrong or anything, but the second coming of Christ is not a dude coming down from heaven. It's the Christ blueprint vibration activating in human beings. So like, people are activating. People are behaving in a more evolved manner, and that creates a new reality that facilitates a different vibration in being utilized, a higher vibration. If everyone just starts having better ideas, what's going to happen? If everyone just all of a sudden starts truly working from the heart center, from a place of integrity, what's that reality look like? That's what I'm talking about when I say 5D. Okay? Okay, make sure there's nothing on my face before I start channeling, because I hate when I get distracted. I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my God, am I ready? Am I ready? Okay. So, like I said, at the beginning of August, it was cool because we finally were getting access to really interact with this higher vibrational energy. this is an experience, a vibrational experience triggered by the planets. The planets made some particular alignments, some cosmic energies happen, and then we feel certain things. The energies around us shift. There's a school next door. That's why you hear children. Those are not my children. My child. Never mind. Okay. Just this past weekend, after the new moon, we all sort of vibe shifted upward. Not everyone is aware of this, but everyone experienced this. For the past couple weeks, at least in my past 4 videos, I have been talking about involuntary shadow work. For the past couple weeks, I've been talking about involuntary shadow work and how people are really being given a grand opportunity to raise their vibration and to become their highest vibrational self if they're willing to take on the shadow work. And like, as we know, some of us have already been doing the shadow work. So that cosmic energy of involuntary shadow work ain't nothing new for us. And then there are also some people who don't want to do the shadow work, so they need a vibration too. So like they exist. That's a thing. Since this last portal, okay, so I gotta give you guys a heads up in case you haven't watched me before. This is spiritual guidance. This is spiritual guidance. If it resonates, that's awesome. If it doesn't, I'm totally fine with that. I understand that we live in a multidimensional reality and that there are multiple ways to view the energy of truth because there are multiple dimensions from which we can observe truth from. I can guarantee that I'm coming from my heart center, which, as we all know, is an extremely high vibrational portal, which is why we all recommend that you tap into the heart center and navigate from there. So that's why I feel like these energy updates are good quality because I know they're coming from a high vibe place. But no, I want you guys to know that I don't always know the things I'm gonna say before I tap in and really turn off my human. And so sometimes right before I channel, I feel a little vulnerable. So I think I just want to take a minute to remind you that, I'm here. I'm about to get the energy update too. Okay? Sometimes they feel like prophetic messages. Sometimes it feels more horoscopy. So get ready to be in that vibe. And I love you and thank you for holding space for me, okay? Okay, now ready. I'm ready. Okay, here goes. So, I woke up on Sunday and the Matrix was gone. And so it is. Whatever you thought the third dimension was, open your mind and re-perceive. Tap into the vibrations if you can. Where did it go? It's gone. All humans have been pardoned. All humans have been pardoned, and so it is. And so no human exists in hell on earth anymore. This will continue to manifest for the next 6 months as dark transitions into light. This is because the quality of the energy and the vibrations now on the planet and around us are of a completely different echelon. We no longer have access to certain vibrations, and so certain vibrations no longer have access to us. literal vibratory frequencies that our human bodies used to emit as a manifestation and result of our thoughts and feelings and choices. We are no longer capable of accessing those thoughts and feelings and choices, and therefore those vibrations anymore. It's not easy to just do those vibrations anymore. Why? Well, since the beginning of August, we've experienced the docking of the fifth dimensional energy on the planet. We've been able to truly interact with a whole new slew of vibratory options. I want to remind you, as we raise our vibration, we get access to more expansive thought forms. We are able to perceive more ideas, more solutions, more efficiency. The higher in vibration, the more we're able to function this quantum computer in a way that really is fabulous, efficient, a very well-oiled machine, if you will, that you master. So we've just got access to this new potential program, to put into our hardware, this new potential software upgrade. Over the past 2 months, we've been given the option to perceive more. What did you choose in the past 2 months? What epiphanies have you had? What new ideas? What solutions have you gained access to? And did you try them? Did you take the step, my love? How'd it go? Did it crash and burn like you thought it would? Probably not. Or maybe you're right at the precipice and you still haven't taken the step and you feel like maybe I'm calling you out right now. Take a deep breath. There's still time. There's still time, babe. What are you gonna do after this video? What are you gonna do tonight? What are you gonna do tomorrow? Take a baby step. Google the thing. Sign up for the thing. Call the person, text the person. Do the dishes. Okay, so over the past 2 months, we've had access to more. Whether or not you've acted on the access is a different story. Some of us in the collective have sensed that access and have just been like, oh, what the fuck? Pardon my French. What the? And we've just been like living our lives, la 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 la, with this looming awareness that we know more. That there's like, hold on a second, I know more now. And everyone, okay, not everyone, but a portion of the collective in this energy I'm giving right now has been, over the last 2 months, kind of functioning on like a false construct, trying to ignore something that's very obvious, like riding your bike, la 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 la, when there's some crazy thing happening right next to you that maybe you should be like, like riding your bike really fast. I don't know about that analogy, but it's okay if you just spent the last 2 months or however amount of time just mentally and spiritually and maybe emotionally processing your potential. It's okay if you've just needed some time to integrate into the reality of what you want to do. It's okay if you just needed these 2 months to say, this is what I want. Okay. At least at this point, we all can feel like there's some kind of extra information that we know we've come into. that we know we've come into in the past 2 months. Something direct we can do with ourselves to try. That's going to make us feel like our lives are more in direct alignment and upward movement of inward alignment. So some of us now are really feeling the heat of the fire, so to speak, because you're really horny for that manifestation now. You're really hungry for that manifestation because you've been right at the rim, right at the precipice for so long. And you're so close to it, and it actually seems more and more possible every day. It's okay if it's taken some time for you to convince yourself that you deserve to live the life of your dreams. And if you haven't come into that awareness yet, I'd love to remind you, you have every right, and it is your birthright to live the life of your heartfelt dreams and desires. That's the fifth dimension, baby. And so we follow the heart, the vibration of the heart chakra. When we anchor our energy consciousness into this chakra instead of any other place, it activates an energy in our Taurus field. It activates our energy fields in a particular manner, and it raises the numerical vibrational frequency of our energy field that we give off, causes us to function as an evolved being. Allows us to gain access to a very high vibrational way of living. It's a new way of being. And it's a way of being that not only brings healing to you, but to your bloodline and to the people around you. And it facilitates them in activating that same energy, that same blueprint within themselves. And then they also facilitate that same energy for the energy around them. And we notice that a wave of massive healing is triggered. We begin to notice that good news is pervasive worldwide. We begin to notice that love keeps winning over and over again in a way that makes life feel like a fantasy. When you hold space for that, it comes to be. Because it always was, but you could not see it when you didn't believe it was possible. The universe can only shove so much in your face. You need to step forward into it, and choose which vibration you will step forward into and which vibration you will represent and therefore experience in the external. Life is co-creative. The universe will show us things, offer us things, ideas, experiences, people. But we always have our free will. We must choose to engage. Take a deep breath. So be willing to choose to engage with the realities and the vibrations that truly align with that heartfelt dream and desire. What's the life that turns your soul on the most? Why would you be able to visualize that if it wasn't possible? What? Obviously it's possible. Unless you're visualizing some other sci-fi things too. I don't know what other shit you're visualizing. But in terms of your heartfelt dreams and desires for what you want to experience, feelings, think about that. Or rather, just take a deep breath. And repeat after me. I know that I deserve my heartfelt dreams and desires. I know that I deserve my heartfelt dreams and desires. It is my birthright to shine. Say it. It is my birthright to shine. And so it is. Take a deep breath. It's what we make room for, space for. It's what we're willing to allow ourselves to see and acknowledge, which holds space for it to manifest in our realities. It's already there. It's what you're willing to see that allows you to interact with it. And it's when we acknowledge, the act of acknowledging in one way or another is an act of interacting. But, it's the act of acknowledging it, seeing it, interacting with it. That's what makes life juicy. That's what makes life fun. That's the moment where you get to realize you're evolving. That's the act of you manifesting your heartfelt dreams and desires. That's those moments of like, oh my God, I always wanted this and now I'm feeling it. Now I'm experiencing it. Oh my God, I remember when this was a dream and a goal of mine and here I am manifesting it. This is real. Some of us have already had that feeling, that experience in one way or another. Isn't that such a good feeling? Isn't that such an amazing feeling? Every day, baby. Little wins every day. Okay. What else do I have to say about that energy? Okay, so now we're in a different vibration since this weekend. Can you sense the lightness? Can you sense the lightness? I'm not saying it doesn't still feel serious, like a reality. You might still have some real world friction in what you're experiencing day to day. Okay. What about that lightness in your psychic field, in your mental body? You're completely free. The matrix is completely gone. That's the big message of today. In case you just tuned in. The matrix is gone. The matrix is gone. I'm channeling a message. All humans have been pardoned. The matrix is gone. The next 6 months, we experience the manifestation of the birthing of heaven on earth. The potentiality has occurred. We live in a multidimensional reality. A lot of times I can't utilize my psychic powers to make widespread predictions because there are so many potential timelines, but I'm now able to sense the balance. I'm able to sense the proportion in the timelines. And the light has truly won. We're going to be okay. But we do continue to live and move forward. More energy will be expended, but more energy will be activated. And what we can all sense and feel is that, man, I want to follow my heartfelt dreams and desires, but it feels like I'm going to be expending all of this energy. Babe, when you're following your heartfelt dreams and desires, your chi is so activated. You are being infused by spirit and you're being led by spirit. You're having fun. It's enjoyable. You feel powerful. You are given more energy from spirit to do it. So don't worry that you won't have the wherewithal to do what your soul wants. Your soul's gonna do it. You gotta let your body get in the flow. And then also, well, I'm just gonna tangent right into kind of a similar but different message about our mental bodies, our mental states right now. All of us, or most of us right now, are coming into a realization that we can just stop thinking certain ways. And if that doesn't sound right for you, I want to challenge you or offer you the challenge that every time something comes up in your mind, before you consider it, say to it, that's a thought, and then listen to it. Anything that comes up in your mind, before you really listen to it or act on it, say to yourself, that's a thought. Because the soul is who you are. That's who you are. And yes, it's true. Consciousness, you could say, is an energy that we may anchor potentially in this third eye crown chakra region, that, maybe the energetic region that houses that energy. But we are here. Heart-centered consciousness is the true source. And when you're anchored here, your torus field will pass through the throat and the third eye and the crown. So, I'm still bringing this through. Hold on. It's up to us to make the space so that it can manifest for ourselves, for our lives. Spirit will only give you the vision. Spirit will only give you the image. Spirit can only show you so much, but you have to use your free will as a human to make the physical space. Whether it's I want to manifest a new coffee machine, so I'm going to clear space on my table. I'm going to make a Facebook post about how I need a new coffee machine, or whatever the fuck you're going to do to manifest it. But you got to make sure when you get that new coffee machine, you got a place to put it. When I'm manifesting something here, I can only manifest that which I have room for, that which I'm willing to hold, that which I want to hold. How many times have you said no to something that you actually wanted? Then you had that feeling of regret afterwards, or like FOMO afterwards. You had that feeling afterwards of like loss, or that feeling when your intuition told you something and you didn't listen. And then you had that feeling of retrospective regret, like I should have listened to spirit. I should have listened to intuition. Remember that? We needed those moments, some of us. We're experiential beings. We needed those moments to teach us what is the power of spirit. Oof, this light code felt so wide. So I'm wanting to kind of close out the light code, and it still feels very expansive. So let's see what else I can touch on here. I'll go back to the beginning and let's run through it again, and let's see what else I can bring through. I woke up on Sunday and it was an all new reality. And I realized the matrix was gone. And Spirit said, if you think there is a third dimension, I challenge you to open your mind and re-perceive. Where did it go? Tap into your vibration. Where is the third dimension? Where is it? The answer is it's in your mind only. It's a vibrational construct in a way that you choose to think. If you want, you can choose to think third dimensionally. If you want, you can choose to continue to manifest an expired reality that is no longer current, is no longer the majority, is no longer the most powerful vibration on the planet. Nope. Sorry. Not. It's over. It's over. In the next 6 months, you will witness how, Things are just getting better and better. Hold space for that, babe. Because things don't have to get better and better for you. It's true. It's true. If you don't want to see things get better and better, Spirit will only show you so many attempts to inspire you to realize the facts before you just start manifesting a shit life for yourself so that you can stay right. So you can continue to see only that which you're willing to believe. Thank God, though. Thank God. It's so beautiful to feel that energy of like completion. Very the World card in the tarot deck. Where it's like a lot of people have just been straight up redeemed energetically and spiritually. Some people can't handle this, Spirit says. So like some of the really, really dark people are not going to be able to handle their redemption, and we're going to see the loss of many celebrities. They can't handle their redemption. They can't cognitively handle it. They don't feel they deserve it. And I have no judgment, so I'm not going to give any opinions on that. I'll just leave that bloop as a thing. I want to always continue to inspire you to stay opening your mind, to stay considering that there's maybe an idea you haven't had yet. There's maybe a solution you haven't seen yet. There's always more options, right? A lot of you are feeling a dead end energy, or a stuck in the corner energy, or a trapped energy. What that actually is your spirit telling you, you can't think like this anymore. Yeah, if you continue to think like this and tell yourself these things, this is how you're going to continue to feel. There's another way that you can be choosing to perceive your personal relationship to this experience. Don't accidentally put yourself in survival mode. If life is pretty good, if you can be chilling and you choose to be like, you're using your free will to exhaust your energy in a manner that will lower your vibration. When you're running late, how would you like to arrive? Happy and grateful? Hi, thank you for your patience. I am so looking forward to this meeting. Oh, let's get to it. Or do you arrive, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, oh my God, I'm sweating. Oh, my bra strap broke. Oh, I'm tripping on the floor. I'm gonna cry. I'm so sorry, I'm late. What's a more fun experience for the other party? I'm not saying you gotta people please. Fuck, what's a more fun experience for you? Because the second one doesn't sound fun. Yet a lot of people get themselves in a certain way of thinking where they think they have to behave a certain way to justify something else. Just stop that way of thinking. At this point in this energy, you can just like, stop that. All the ways of being that exhaust your energy, all the performative ways of behaving that you feel you need to do to manipulate other people so that you don't have to be accountable and humble. And actually your spirit would much rather be accountable and humble, because then you know what else you can do? You can shine. You can shine. You can just flow and be spirit and be honest and live your life as an authentic expression of yourself. Not having to always patch up. Patch up your authenticity so you can curate other people's experience of you. Too much energy, too manipulative. Like, what do you think? You think that if you give yourself anxiety by running late, then when you show up to whatever this thing is, giving yourself an anxiety attack, because you're running late? Who taught us? Because I do that to myself. I used to, at least. I used to. And I know who taught me. But widespread, energetically, like, who taught us that that's what we do? Running late, move faster, start breathing short, shallow breaths quickly, get angry, freak out, spiral downward. Rather than running late, zoom, activate ninja mode, foom, shoom, shing, ba-ding, da-ding, ding, ding. Staying true to yourself as a priority. Staying true to your soul as a priority. No matter what happens, when I arrive to my destination, I arrive as myself. Not as some performance of a thing I feel I need to do because another thing happened. Programming, the third dimension. Mental patterns, ways of thinking that we convince ourselves or we've been programmed to behave, to justify manipulative energies. Not always conscious. I'm not calling you manipulative if you get anxiety when you're running late. But I'm saying the programming was hoping you wouldn't notice that that's what that is. So then you could be in a low vibration. Because obviously any kind of covert manipulative anything, attempting to curate other people's experiences so they don't experience the authenticity, any expression of dishonesty, of not being in alignment with truth of self, that will always be of a low vibration. But then they condition us, right? In youth, we're programmed to think a certain way that caps our energy, prevents us from lifting in vibration. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, though. I don't think whoever planned the whole programming of us in our youth through the media expected this energy to happen, because we just got glooped, unplugged, baby. Matrix, gloop, completely fucking unplugged. My loves, completely unplugged. Gloop. The humans will keep it alive if they want. You can still use it. You can still interact with each other in those other ways, in those low vibrational ways. As humans, you can uphold it. But it's not an energy that is pervasive in the psychic field in the way that it used to be. It's no longer the predominant energy in the collective. It's no longer something that's a factor anymore. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. The big deal now is there's a huge feeling of vulnerability. Because one, there's going to be an energy of like an emanation of darkness from the plane, from the physical plane a little bit. We're going to see like steam or something, because it's going to feel like a cleansing, because we're going to see the shift in the physical reality. As more people raise their vibration and have better ideas and come up with more solutions, what's reality going to change? What's it going to look like? How's it going to transition from where we are now to what that's going to be? Are they going to look the same? Maybe nothing happens. Maybe there's just more trees planted. Maybe suddenly there's flying cars. What's that transition going to be from wheeled cars and then the lane above the cars, which are the flying cars? But what about semi-trucks? Oh, so those lanes got to be really high. And in that testing zone, what's that going to look like? That's an example. That's an analogy. I don't think flying cars... What do I know, though? Let me stay in the energy. Let's not get into specifics. We feel vulnerable because we do have a lot of power right now. So we can feel that actuality of the reality of the vision of what our heartfelt dreams and desires are, and how, I can actually do that. But if I want to do that, I would have to do this first. So there's that moment where you're like, oh. And so for the past 2 months, a lot of us we're just next to that energy of, if I have to do that, I have to do this first. So then we've just been looking at that this first for the past 2 months, like living our lives, like, so you're just gonna stay there? You're just gonna stay there? You're gonna make me come to you? You're just gonna stay there? You're just gonna stay there? Like waiting, hoping someone will like push them into you. Like, no. You have to choose to engage with the energy. It's a little step. It's a little baby step. I'm not feeling the energy of committing to any like 20 steps, a big plan right now. I'm just saying, there's some epiphany, there's some idea, there's some little step. Start to get used to that energy of your intuition telling you something and you following it, because that's a whole ass sense. That's a whole sixth sense you have. That in the fifth dimension is something that we not only move forward listening to, but it's also a similar communication with the divine that we utilize to communicate telepathically with each other. And so first you learn how to listen to your intuition, and then it's in that centered place that you're tapping into your intuition that you learn how to tap into your telepathic communication. La 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 la, la 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 la. What else? Okay. So there's a high level of importance on the word perception and what you're willing to perceive. Free will, strong power, tunes your vibration very strongly. Huge factor in tuning your vibration. So what are you willing to perceive? What are you willing to perceive? Make sure that is in alignment with your heartfelt dreams and desires. What are you willing to perceive? Make sure that's in alignment with your heartfelt dreams and desires. Because I woke up on Sunday and I felt a whole new vibration, and I realized the matrix was gone. And so if I don't got that shit to hold me back anymore, let me open up my mind, open up my creativity, open up my heart, and just run through the field. Energetically. Feel, experience. In this current cosmic energy, have a little fun. Let your soul get turned on creatively, or, you know, watch a sunset. Feel that beauty, the soul emanating. Offer your soul experiences to fill your body. And make choices that continue to remind you that it is your birthright to experience your heartfelt dreams and desires. Remember that it's what you're willing to perceive that will tune a huge proportion of what you actually perceive. Sometimes your spirit will protect you and won't show you things because you are every day tuning your spirit and telling your spirit that you can't handle that. Notice. And again, I want to remind you, before you act on a thought, you hear something in here? Say, that's a thought. And then hear it out. That's a thought. In this day and age, it's all about knowings. We connect to spirit and we know things. Connect to spirit and I know things. Those are thoughts. That's a feeling, let it flow, right? Express it, let it out. We are complex beings, it's true. We live a multidimensional experience. And as a human, it's so cool. Biology, all these cool things, science, all these other factors of our bodies. Oh, so divine, so amazing. Hi, kitty. Hello. What are you doing? Do you want to come up here? Come on. The things that you thought were holding you back, make sure you haven't been reminding yourself every day that they're holding you back. but it's not actually a real thing. Does that make sense? I'm feeling like a lot of people have to remind themselves every day that certain things hold them back. But if you weren't reminding yourself every day that those things hold you back, would they be holding you back? Like, what if you just like, were like, no, actually no. I'm really feeling like in the higher vibrations, when we're really heart-centered, we don't necessarily need too many of these constructs in our mind anymore. And by construct, it feels like shapes. So it's like these old programmings or ways of thinking where we're like, let's see if you can see some cat. Some old programming or ways of thinking where we're like, oh, well, if this happens, well, that means then this will happen. And that means that this needs to happen. It's like, what? Oh, if this happens, then I have to be this way, because then this will happen, and then that will happen, right? And it's like these weird shapes, these weird ping pongs of things that prevent us from going soul to action. Soul to action. It's like soul, bing, 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 ping pong ball, bing, 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 bing. Or is it that bumper ball or whatever? Bing, 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 bing. And then you act, and it's like, what? It's a really roundabout way to express what your soul's trying to do. And that's the programming, right? We're very young, malleable, constantly inundated by media. It's okay. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Now we know. And luckily, like I said, a lot of these constructs that are going to start to become illuminated for yourself over in this current energy here, a lot of these constructs that you're going to be like, oh God, that's not actually true. Try and catch yourself. That's a thought. That's not actually true though. Try. That's a thought. But it's bullshit. That's a thought. And it's extremely low vibrational. Hilarious. That's a thought. And I would never act on that. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to cycle through those things. Start to take control of that thing. And then you're gonna start to notice the patterns in those thoughts. And as you notice those patterns in those thoughts, you're gonna remember this ping, bing, bing, ding, 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 construct, image. That's what those patterns are. Your soul's trying to express itself, and instead you're subverting it up into these weird constructs. It's okay, I'm not judging you. But now that you're aware, I hope that this imagery and this talk today can help you in this current cosmic energy, because it will become clear where you can just wipe those constructs clean and say, you know what? I don't actually agree with that. That's actually not true. This is just another form of shadow work, right? Whatever. We'll roll with it. It's actually not true. I don't agree with that. That's a thought. That's a thought. No, that's nice I had that thought. That's nice. At one point in my life, a part of me would want to go about it that way. Yeah, no, doesn't sound good. No. I'll go with spirit. I'm just going to show up and be my soul. If I'm going to a meeting, some kind of amicable exchange, rather than performing myself a certain way to manipulate their experience into perceiving me in some other way, I'm not going to exhaust my energy in that manner. Instead, I allow myself to be a true, authentic expression of my spirit. And then I've got a bunch of excess energy, and my vibration is very high, and I'm functioning cognitively at a very high level. So I'm having good ideas. I'm highly intuitive. I'm telling great jokes. I'm in the moment. And the other person is getting to experience, a very empowered person is getting to experience highest vibrational version of myself. Kitty. It's better for everyone all around. Better for everyone all around. I don't think there's one experience where you being late and showing up in a flurry of anxiety and low vibrations has ever worked better for anyone, ever. Be accountable. Be humble. Pass through those uncomfortable experiences where you need to be accountable and humble gracefully, swiftly, and keep on fucking trucking. Okay? Stay in that heart center. Yeah, we still fuck up sometimes. Be accountable. Be humble. Keep on trucking. Keep on moving forward, heart-centered. Trust that on that other side of every uncomfortable experience, well, that's preparing you so that you get to experience something at a higher echelon. Because when there are holes in the foundation, you fall through those holes. And so we go through experiences in life. We fuck up. Weaknesses are exposed. Holes are exposed. Failures happen. So we can be accountable. So we can learn the lesson. And so we can reassess our foundation. Shift. Evolve. And then keep on trucking. Take a deep breath. There are thoughts. That's nice. Feelings too. Oof. Knowings are what move us forward. You know what I'm talking about, my loves. Okay? It's your soul. It's your soul purpose. There's a feeling. It's a little nerve-wracking at first, moving in alignment with spirit. You might feel nervous or maybe even scared. But see if you can change that color to excitement. Because the feeling of moving in alignment with your soul purpose is exhilarating and empowering. It powers you and it fills you with high vibrations and great feelings, which inspire you to keep moving forward and having more ideas. So that maybe the thing that at one point you thought was too much, too scary, finally the other hit popped. The thing that you thought was too much, too scary. Well, after going through that amazing experience, that's like, I could totally see how I'm capable for that. But I had to be open. I couldn't pre-doubt myself before pursuing the path, because what I'm willing to perceive is what I manifest. So if I'm already willing to manifest the doubting of that I'm not going to get it, what am I going to see? Many timelines exist. Open yourself up so that you are eligible vibrationally to see the ones that will actually be really fun and feel good and make your heart sing. You deserve to experience your heartfelt dreams and desires. If you have a vision on your heart, an idea, an invention on your soul, something for your soul, yourself, that you're meant to do, not another person, not to another person, not as another person, not making someone else do something, you. Your soul is not punking you. Your soul's not here to do a big April Fool's joke. That is you. It's true. That's you. I'm not trying to diminish the importance of thoughts and emotions. I'm reminding you and myself that we are complex beings. We have thoughts and emotions, but there's other things going on, okay? Sometimes we're tapping into the timelines. Sometimes I'm sure you guys can do what I do, where you have a moment where you're like, do I want to do this? And then all of a sudden, and it's like you can see a library of potentials. Or you tap into something and you're like, oh, I can see where this would go. Ooh, I can feel where it's like I saw him and then I imagined this thing of us together and I was like, oh, that's you tapping into a timeline. Spirit will do that for you to protect you. You coming back? Okay, come on. Thank you for the love in the comments. Remember, the minute you get manipulative and start trying to, put up like ooh, I'm this way, not that way, trying to manipulate other people, those are lowering vibrations. Anytime you start trying to change people, change or take away other people's free will, or confuse them, you know what I mean? Any of that's going to lower your vibration. The main purpose is not to attach to others here. We want to focus on connecting into the heart center and holding space for this fifth dimensional energy, because it's already here. It's already here, and now the third dimension isn't an energy anymore that's on the physical plane. It's only an energy that is upheld by human beings who are choosing to continue to think that way. So if you don't want to think that way anymore, you don't have to. But then that doesn't mean that you're going to blink and your whole life is going to change. Now my curtains are blue and my couch is white because I wanted blue curtains and a white couch. No. But following the heart, raising my vibration, I continue to have more ideas for the ways that I'm able to manifest those to be blue. Whether I figure out I can dye them myself, or I find the perfect ones on Groupon or whatever. And then I order them, and then I manifested them. Boom. But before, I didn't think it was possible, so I didn't even try Groupon. One of those kind of things. Do the things. Take the action. Most of the time, it's these thoughts that prevent our true, authentic action that manifest that which we actually, truly desire. So we're just in a state of perpetual non-action. Only moving forward for fear and for survival, because we need to stay alive, so we work, and so we make money, and so we need to be healthy, so we eat. And so we bathe ourselves and take care of ourselves for the basic survival. I'm glad you're alive. No doubt. I'm glad you're alive. But also, I wish you were living, pursuing your heartfelt dreams and desires. I wish you were able to embody the courage that you already have within you, to know that if I can dream it, then I actually can do it. That's the point. You have your imagination so that you can tap into the timeline that you wish to manifest and align with. So use your imagination to better help you visualize that which you truly do desire. And then start to honestly give yourself a chance to experience it by being willing to perceive it. Take a deep breath. I thought this was going to be a short energy report, but we went for almost a full hour. It feels really good though. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm honored that you would trust me with your spiritual guidance. If you'd like to join us for Thursday morning lightworker meditation, the link is in my bio, or you can go to lovesteadylife.com. If you want to book a reading with me, you can also do that on my website. If you want to read the October energy report, you can buy that on my website. Thank you for the love in the comments. I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you so much. Have a beautiful day. And I'll talk to you all soon.